Or part of the organizing team of Miss Botswana 2025. Halle and Sebaga, thank you for joining me and welcome to Botswana Connect.
Thank you for having us.
Right, let's just kick things off with just getting an appreciation of what happened. Initially, the finalists were at 30 of them, and then it was the number was truncated down to 25. Perhaps if you could just give us a walkthrough as to what sort of factors were considered in the selection process from 30 to reduce it down to 25. I'll start with you, Halle.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll just take you through how the journey began. We traveled to 24 locations in Botswana, looking for our top 30, and we were really looking at different things, but the most important thing that we really wanted to see in these young ladies is for them to tell us who they are and what they want to represent, what their vision is personally, and also if they were to join Miss Botswana, what would they be bringing forward. And the ladies, I would say, they're incredible, they're beautiful, they're very talented. That is one thing that really stood out for us as we were auditioning them. And then when we were choosing the top 30, we were just looking at those different aspects as well as representation, because we really wanted for every young girl to be represented in Miss Botswana. That's why we traveled so far to meet them. You know, we went to places like Kasane, went to Francistown, Maung. We have a representative from Kokong, and many people don't know where is Kokong.
I was going to ask, where is that?
It's, I think, 20 kilometers away from Mabutsani.
All right, no,
yes,
go ahead.
Yes, so definitely we just wanted everyone to be represented, and also for the young ladies that are living in local, rural areas rather, to know that they also can aspire to be Miss Botswana, that they're very much capable of wearing Botswana's most prestigious crown. And so after the top 30, which they had a photo shoot. Now they are currently on the boot camp, and just yesterday they were reduced to 25. And the main thing that we're looking at currently with this boot camp is just how they interact with each other. You know, team building, how do they present themselves, you know, when they're given activities. We also had a portion where they got to appreciate their culture. You know, they had cooking, catching a chicken, which a lot of people are questioning, okay, so what does that have to do with being a beauty queen?
What does that have to do with being a beauty queen? Catching a chicken? Okay.
Well, it's really about appreciating where we come from as Batswana, you know, our roots, but also just basic survival skills. You know, if you are out there, can you pitch a tent? You know, are you able to start a fire? Can you, you know, prepare food on your own? I mean, we're talking about issues of food security. So we really want the girls to be all-rounded and appreciate all the different things that make them a Miss Botswana. So that is really how we got to top 25.
I like that. Cultivating the essence of self-reliance was also part of the thing. Okay, no. Then that's interesting there.
Yes.
And you know, you spoke of how talented and how beautiful these young ladies are, and perhaps I just want to bring you in here with this one on the skills and attributes. What sort of skills and attributes are being focused on during the boot camp to ensure that the finalists are well prepared for the Botswana local pageantry as well as the upcoming Miss World competition when Sebaga?
We are honestly looking at very different and several things. When it comes to skill, we want someone who is very well-rounded, someone who has interpersonal skills, who is able to engage with a lot of people, who is able to read the room and understand what to say, when to say it. More than anything, we want someone who's very smart, someone who can think on their feet, because as they're in their boot camp, we do have a lot of interviews with them to know how they feel about the world, about the things that are happening, what they know, what they don't know. We want someone who is a team player. I mean, they will be over 100, I believe, other contestants at Miss World, and you need to be able to interact with them, get to know them, to be seen and to stand out. So the bootcamp is basically focused on that, and I do wanna make sure that everyone knows that the way we put out the activities and the things that they can do is in a way that we want to make sure that these things align with what is going to be happening in the international stage. Be your sports, your interview, interpersonal skills, creativity. We do have activities online where they'll be working together to see what they can come up with, be an outfit, makeup, and stuff like that. So the activities that we have are very much in line with that of the bigger organization, Miss World itself, and we are pretty confident that we are training them to be ready for the final stage.
Interesting stuff. I bet this is a mammoth of a duty, but you know, like the conversation that we heard prior to start this conversation was, it's quite important to actually have people that have participated in Miss Botswana to be able to show those that are aspirants of Miss Botswana 2025 and ultimately Miss World.
Yes.
Right, Halle, let me just bring you in here. We're talking about now the support that the finalists are to get from the organization. Let's speak of that sort of support, in looking at their professional and their personal growth, particularly in areas such as public speaking, leadership, as well as cultural awareness. And you guys speak quite well. So yes, tell us the sort of support that the organization will be doing to assist the finalists personally and professionally to cultivate those attributes.
Well, the organization is really doing a lot. I believe just today they are getting makeup lessons. You know, yesterday they had a professional chef come through to, you know, teach them how to cook. And as well as public speaking, you know, we do have people coming in to teach us about grooming, etiquette, and all of that. And I believe Miss Botswana, the platform, is really an amazing platform that you can go into if you really want to develop yourself, your confidence. The activities that you get to challenge yourself. And I'd say, you know, having competed in Miss Botswana and now a princess, I'd say I also grew. I'm now more confident, I can speak well, but also something as a Beauty with a Purpose project. You know, we get involved with our communities, we get to be the voices for other people and speak to causes that are really close to us. So those are the different things that we have. And I must say that, you know, pageantry is quite expensive. That's what a lot of people don't know. And if I can just confess, for example, my dress on the finale stage was just 8,000. And you can imagine just how much money goes into the makeup, the dresses, you know, making sure that you look beautiful on the night, but also in preparation for that. And I'd just love to urge, you know, everyone at home to keep supporting the ladies, the families as well. And I believe mental health is also an important issue that we really need to talk about. So everyone at home should also be considerate of, you know, how we look at our beauty queens, you know, and ensure that they really have a good support system.
I like that. And Sebaga, you know, earlier there was a whole mention of culture, heritage, and the like. And you know, how will Miss Botswana 2024 finalists be representing Botswana's diverse cultural heritage as well as the values, both during the pageant and once they get to the international stage? And you made mention that part of their training is linked to how things are happening at the world stage. Yes, but let's speak to the cultural heritage as well as the values.
I think the one thing that really stood out for me, I have joined Miss Botswana since 2022. I've been the second princess 2 times. So I've seen the organization grow and I've really got to appreciate the message that they're trying to bring out. The one thing that our director is always saying is we are trying to sell the brand Botswana.
Right.
So for that, we need to make sure that the girls know exactly what we are talking about. Botswana, le Batswana, starting off with the values, say, Toboto. I mean, you saw the likes of Pale Samuelefe up on a big stage, ululating. So I think we really do want the girls to get that message, appreciate it, and leave it. And when you go on the international stage, you know exactly what we represent. And like I said, the activities that we have in line very much align with that message. It's brand Botswana. We are selling Botswana from our diamonds, our tourism, our culture, our heritage. You need to be well-rounded and understand what it is to be a Botswana, so that you represent exactly that house and
Wow.
We had your Yaya. They had the wild competition. It's yesterday or the day before.
Yes.
And stuff like that is the small things that we put together to make sure that they know. We don't only want you to blend in and get lost. We want you to be a Botswana, represent Botswana, but also understand that you're a global individual who will rather also be able to speak on global issues and see how we can relate Botswana to that as well. So.
Interesting. Right. Just as a way of closing our conversation, I want to ask you both this question, and it's really to do with the future prospect of Miss Botswana as a brand, and in terms of how you see it and how you envision it growing and influence both locally and international in the years to come. Halle, let's go for it.
Well, I'll start off by saying that as an organization, we have what we call the 3+1 strategy, and the organization is really working towards hosting Miss World in Botswana. That is currently the biggest priority that we have. And I believe the Miss Botswana organization has proved itself that it produces remarkable women. I mean, right now we have our Honorable Minister of Youth and Gender Affairs, who is a Miss Botswana. So I believe Miss Botswana will be that brand that represents leadership, that represents beauty, strength, and excellence. And Botswana and the global stage can look to us to say, okay, so what is this brand really about?
I don't know if there's anything that you would like to add to that, Sebaga?
She's pretty much said it all. The one thing our director always says is we want Miss Botswana to be a representation of what we want Botswana to be. And the dream he has is, I want our children, our models, to be the one wearing Botswana diamonds, to be the one telling our diamond story and our tourism. Where we have shops using South African models to promote and advertise, when we have ourselves and many other models. So he's trying to sell that to say we are very much capable. We have kids who are talented and passionate about modeling and pageantry, but not only that, leadership as well. And I'm very passionate about the project side of things, community development, to say we are not only beauty queens, we want to give back to the community, grow it, develop it, and make sure that Botswana is as beautiful as we know it to be, or rather as we want it to be.
Halle and Sebaga, thank you so much for chatting to us, and keep up the good work. We are looking forward to the outcome of this amazing project and the crown at the international stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, and that's how we come to the end of that conversation. I was speaking to Halle Hirschfeld as well as Sebaga Manyapetsa, just giving us a run through of the current state of things with regards to the organization that is Miss Botswana, as well as the start of things that they're doing in preparation for the global stage. And that's how we come to the end of Botswana Connects in context that will follow next from the 2 o'clock hour until that hour of 6 p.m. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. To have yourself a great afternoon. Goodbye.